Drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
Drop it, hell? I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.
I love you, man. Fuck you, Marcus. I do. Cool. You my party. Shut up, man.
This bitch-ass white boy.
Oh, most definitely.
You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
Fucking pay me!
A new co-host from what?
For this show. You keep talking shit about No Way Home. Meanwhile, you go and pay your money to see the Kurt Warner movie. Like an idiot. What a loser.
So I didn't have shit else to do. And I was like, all right, I'm going to definitely watch this. But it's shit that we already know about his life. Like, I like Kurt Warner as a person. And I like him as a player. So it's basically just that.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Kurt Warner. Yeah, I mean, documentaries have kind of beaten the sports biopic. I mean, documentaries in general are kind of better than someone trying to act as someone. Especially like, I mean, Zach Levy, you know, yeah, he does not look like Kurt Warner, but it's just like, oh, that's Chuck or Shazam now.
And that's mainly what it is, because he's supposed to be in another movie that's along the lines of Kurt Warner's son. You know, his son that he adopted when he married the mother. So it's supposed to be something like that, like the kid is autistic, but I think it's something else he has, like some other deficiency that's a problem. But yeah, he's doing like the heartwarming movies, it seems like.
I think this movie was definitely funded by like some Christ-led organization, you know. But either way,
you know what? That's hilarious, because I was thinking about that, because you know how Kurt does this after a touchdown?
Yeah.
He OD'd with it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a church movie, like those fucking Kirk Cameron movies, or, you know, any type of movie that just, you know, Jesus is there, but he's not there.
Yo, what if Jesus is John Cena? Would you believe then?
No, because I told you, I think Jesus is black, or at least brown. Jesus isn't white.
Can we have this conversation then? Because I go deep into it.
We've done this before.
No, but the Kofi is always on. So everybody has a Jesus figure. You your own Jesus figure. Whoever you perceive to be. No, for real. Whoever you perceive to be like your person of love, or somebody that helps you in life, that's your Christ figure. And Jesus, you can't say Jesus because there's no J in the Hebrew language.
Jesus.
Or Davies.
Davies
is, that actually should be your name. Like, if it's all reincarnation,
well, when
real.
When I marry a Latin woman, that's what she'll call me. Davies.
They go right behind you, because Melina, I'm on your ass.
But yeah, definitely it'd be Davies. And then she'd say other stuff. I'd be like, huh?
What if they say, okay?
But I will definitely be like, I've said this before, but when Drake is like, I got my Spanish team convinced that I know Spanish. When she get to talking, I don't understand it. Like, that's my goal at the end of this podcast game, is to, No.
So the whole point is for us to go to the Dominican Republic, right?
I mean, you said that before.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of $20 about to be spent. American.
Okay, relax.
I'm telling you. So you know who Bernice is, right? You heard me and Eve talk about Bernice.
Based on how you're sounding, it doesn't sound like you got $20.
Let's adjust the mic. Does it sound better?
No, I'm just kidding. Because anything, it sounds like you are legit. You sound like you're where Cody Dre's at. And you look like it too.
Just about. I can't afford a vacation because I'm fucking broke. So I have to vacation with you through a goddamn matrix. And I got a fucking bacon collared Kobe shirt.
But no, go ahead and what else were you gonna say before I interrupted you?
Oh, let's go get some Dominican hoes.
About Bernice and all that, just like
So you know who Bernice is, right?
kinda.
Look her up and then look her
I've looked her
daughter
up before, but I just don't remember exactly.
Look her up and look her daughter up. You're welcome.
I know
Wait.
Eve is just like, yeah, you know.
Well, we kind of snitched. God damn it. All right. We're not talking about Eve from Black and Now State. We're talking about another Eve. Aki named Eve.
Eve.
EFN radio. That's him. We're not talking about that. DJ EFN. We're not talking about Eve. You know,
Why?
we from Cali, so we enunciate things a certain type of way. And fuck y'all that keep talking about we got accents. We don't have accents, bro.
We have accents because when I was getting my teeth cleaned this week, the woman was we were talking, and then I had said I was originally from California, and then she's like, I was gonna ask because your accent sounds like you're not from here, and I'm just like, yeah, no shit, because I'm not like, oh, you betcha. Ooh, it's getting real cold out there.
But didn't somebody ask you from Compton? Like your
I had a teacher. No, I just had a teacher who, when I told him I'm from California, he's like, "So are you from Compton?" It's just like the typical white person thing. Like, you got to be from where the bad shit is.
No, motherfucker, I'm not from Compton, bro. Nobody's from Compton. That old geezer, goddamn math thought I was from Compton. I'm like, bro, I'm from South Central. I had to correct the dude. Pardon me. I'm like, yeah, ain't no fucking Compton, bro.
Pardon me. What was
fucking from no Compton, bro. I can read. I'm not from Compton.
But no, I mean, we gotta clear some things first, because like I said, I'll be looking for a new co-host. But in the meantime, while you're in
Antonio, you next up, or Zill.
Stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but just our last episode, best of the year episode, 2021. We had said some things, and then, like always, they manifest, but never for ourselves. They never happened for us. They happened for other people.
I manifested something today, and it happened.
Oh, you gotta tell me about that offline.
Nothing. Just I'm able to actually pay a bill now. That's it.
Oh.
You thought it was about to be about a woman? No.
Yeah, we
talked about that via text yesterday. If I want to I get in that bag. Fuck this shirt.
But no, I mean, I had mentioned Julia Fox had some baby daddy issues that, her and the schmuck. I can just look at the guy. He literally looks like every guy that somehow stumbles his way into a woman that looks like that.
Oh, so he's just like me.
And then you had mentioned Kanye West needs to go get his woman back, because no way can you let Pete Davidson get at your woman in your house, where you're in my home, where my wife sleeps, where my children play with their toys. That's what fucking Pete Davidson is doing. With his like fucking.
What?
That's how he like fucking.
What was that?
Every time I hear him talk, that's what he just sounds like to me. I just, see, I was telling this guy,
Yo, Van got to kill him, bro. Van from Staten Island, he got to kill him. Nelson from Staten Island, they got to kill Pete Davidson. Or I'll never go back to New York.
But let me read this, published on January 6, 2020, on Interview Magazine, or interviewmagazine.com. Date night by one Julia Fox. I met Ye, because again, that's this man's government name now. I always forget that.
No, hey, your mama called you Kanye. I'm gonna call you Kanye.
I met Ye in Miami on New Year's Eve, and it was an instant connection. His energy is so fun to be around. He had me and my friends laughing, dancing, and smiling all night. We decided to keep the energy going and fly back to New York City to see Slave play. First of all, what is that?
Oh, you don't know who Slave is? Now, it's a problematic word because Julia Fox, Kanye. Anyhow, she Italian, ain't she?
She a pog. That's all I know.
Name of the episode. There we go.
No,
That's
no,
not changing it.
no, no,
Yes,
no, no,
man.
no, 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 no.
We have to. We have to. Apparently, Josh said it's Milk Sunday too. Euphoria come out.
It's milk every day for that man. Shouts to Radio White Radio, Troy Cameron.
Yeah, I got a picture I gotta show you of Troy too, Mr. Bitches.
I saw it yesterday. His 10 years ago, yeah. I mean, you saw mine where I was looking like, again, always have been Brian O'Connor. I had to crop out.
You are a Sacramento punk. That's what
I'm
you
not
are.
from Sacramento. Again, that
You're
was
from
Antioch.
fucking Sacramento.
Those are my Antioch days. Let me finish.
Stay right there. I got you.
Ye's flight landed at 6, and the play was at 7, and he was there on time. She capitalized on time. Like, this man's late. I mean, it makes sense because his albums. He's like, hang on, just let me finish. I'm waiting on some shit. The mix
And his
isn't
concert.
right.
The Yeezus tour, he made people wait 3 hours after Kendrick performed.
I was impressed. After the play, we chose to do dinner at Carbone, which is one of my favorite restaurants, obviously. It definitely, hey, Carbone, hey.
Go ahead, Davis. God damn
At
it.
the restaurant, Ye directed an entire photo shoot for me while people dined. Can you imagine? You're just trying to eat, and like this man's like, move the tables, like.
That's him.
I know. I'm just saying. The whole restaurant loved it and cheered us on while it was happening.
But here's my question. Not to
Go ahead.
cut you off. Here's my question. If you worth $9 billion, why didn't you just rent out the restaurant?
Exactly. You do that again, the Fredo Crow. Scram! Beat it!
Like, you can do it. Like, honestly, if I'm him, I'm just like, yo, everybody get the fuck out right now.
Then you do it when there's people there because that's the ultimate flex. Like, yeah, they're going to kick me out because I can buy this bitch 10 times over.
Yeah, but privacy. I guess this is a person that doesn't like privacy anyway.
After dinner, Ye has a surprise for me. I mean, I'm still in shock. Ye had an entire hotel suite full of clothes. It was every girl's dream come true. I felt like a real Cinderella moment. I don't know how he did it or how he got all of it there in time, but I was so surprised. Like, who does things like this on a second date? She says with a question. Or any date with an exclamation point. Everything with us has been so organic. I don't know where things are headed, but if this is any indication of the future, I'm loving the ride. And then there's pictures of him doing these things. So obviously there's been kind of some comments on how and why this is happening. You and I, again, we manifested this somehow by you saying he needed to get his woman back. I'm saying this woman needs to obviously date someone in the upper echelon of a business, not some guy who knocked her up and, it was just like, yeah, that's me.
When did she have the kid? Last year?
Yeah. No. It had to have been late 2020, I think.
Oh, because I'm about to say, I'm thinking she dropped the kid like fucking yesterday, the bitch out on the street. Excuse me when I say bitch.
I think it was between quarantine of the middle of quarantine in 2020 and then quarantine of 2021 as things were opening up, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so she was getting knocked up like a lot of these females was.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it was some big, and this woman was a photographer before Uncut Gems.
Bitch, I take pictures too.
Or an artist or anything that, these women who look like her, especially in New York, I imagine, do to pay the bills when they look like it. All you're trying to do is get a Kanye, is to get a fucking Kevin Garnett. I mean, Kevin Garnett was looking at her when they were on the press tour for Uncut Gems. But
I advise against that because it's Kevin Garnett. Great player, but he's from the west side of Chicago. South Carolina and then west side of Chicago. No, she'll be stressed out. Like, imagine him trying to call a play in the bedroom and he do that shit like he used to do.
Back!
Right. What he used to do to the guard post, talking, hitting in his head.
You think that's what he's doing? You think never
Oh,
mind.
no, he's definitely doing that to divorce lawyers. He up there before he go to court. We got to help.
But, I mean, it's just a thing. I mean, people were saying that obviously Kanye West has a type. These white women with fat asses. But
so he's just like you, Josh, and Troy.
any man.
Ain't like me.
You ain't seen Girl from NXT 2.0? All right, let me send you that real quick.
I don't watch NXT, Davis.
Let me
Shout out to them queens over there at NXT. I know you're talking about Davis. I think allegedly, maybe. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, and people said, I mean, she kind of looks like Kendall, but I mean, more or less, Kendall Jenner would look like her because Julia Fox is older. But again, most women try to have that look. Anyway, I don't think this is him trying to date like Kim Kardashian's little sister. I think this is him trying to date a Kim Kardashian-esque woman. But what do you have to say, Banks?
About
what? I saw your eyes light up.
Hey man, she look like this one actress.
Actress,
kind of shaped like her. Photographer, actress.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, but that's the thing. It's just interesting how that worked out after we had potted about it on our end of the year episode. Really, literally the last day of the year we potted, and then these two lovebirds, found a connection that can only be created on Instagram. Really.
You ever try to talk to one from Instagram? Well, can you talk about it here? We
I'm not you. I'm not you, no.
What do you mean by that?
Oh God.
So Julia Fox and Kanye, yeah.
But then I sent you that she apparently had painted some paintings on silk with her own blood.
Dog, that's not fucking art, bitch. You trying to hurt yourself. Get some mental help.
No, I'm saying it's
Also, I'm sorry, everybody, if I'm being insensitive. If you don't like the word bitch and me saying insensitive things, I'm sorry.
But these bitches, I'm just kidding.
No, for real, these bitches be tired. It's 2022. I'm here to let y'all know on any platform I'm on, if you get offended by what I say, I don't give a fuck because I barely got social media, all right? And I ain't trying to offend y'all, and anything I say is not based on what Davis or any of my other co-hosts say. I just want to say bitch because the bitch cut herself and she don't need to do that. Get some help.
No, it was definitely probably taken with like like she got her blood drained and then she's like, all right, let's empty the blood bag and then dip and then paint. It was definitely not like like some fucking or Brock Lesnar shit where like Zach guy owns blood and we're like
yo, imagine he would have took the blood from the other leg.
Oh my God!
What? So she's the artist. Is that what she does?
She's what every woman on Instagram is. No, it's a thing. But in actuality, she actually has claimed to be an actress. She was in Uncut Gems, and she was in the Soderbergh movie that you and I didn't watch. Yeah.
I was about to say, what movie is that now?
No Sudden Move, and that was like the first thing where it was like her becoming an actress was like really taken off because after Uncut Gems came out, everyone's like, she's gonna be a star. I'm like, just shut up and tell the truth. She's gonna be a star because look at her. Look at Vince McMahon. Look at her. Like she ain't being a star because she can act, even though she's not bad in the movie, but she's just being herself. Like she's being a woman who's dating a rich guy. And like, yeah, come on. No. I'm not saying this is her fault. I'm just saying like Hollywood, like what they're trying to do with Impact right now, like, oh, it's so cool that WWE's team up with Impact. This is 2022.
They don't have no fucking money, people. That's why.
Again, and people are so hyped. That they announced her as Impact champion. That's just like I guess.
That's a Budweiser fucking title, bro. Remember that title that Al Bundy had?
Eric Young. Oh, I was gonna say Eric Young had the spinner belt with the beer bottles taped to it. Do you remember that? The drinking title, him and James Storm.
That's equivalent to every fucking title that's in TNA, bro. Y'all not gonna sell me on that bullshit. We're gonna get right back to Julia Fox too. She definitely could be knockout champion. Because it ain't but fucking 5 workers in TNA anyway. 5 women workers, bro. And one of them got, she won that Ultimate X. Shouts out to Tasha Steele. Pressure.
But no, it was just one of those things where I wish like Hollywood or people, that was also a film tour thing, would just like stop lying to themselves. Like, this woman can act. You're just saying, like, look at her. She has, again, the look of a movie star.
The same thing with Gal Gadot, bro. Like, what's the fucking the death on the now? That shit looks beautiful. Why in the fuck is she starring it?
Because you know, they're like, it takes place in the Nile. I mean, it can't be all white people. I mean,
Bro, she's supposed to be Cleopatra, isn't it?
she will be.
Hey man, Hollywood, y'all motherfuckers going to hell for so many reasons, but that is one of them.
Whatever, good. They were going to try to have Angelina be Cleopatra, directed by David Fincher.
I remember that. That shit was in development hell for like ever until they said.
And then it was in the Sony Hacks. Yeah. It got killed by the Sony Hacks, if I'm not mistaken.
That, the Men in Black crossover with 23 Jump Street.
Yeah. But that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
I would have watched that.
Of course. Or you watch the Kurt Warner movie. You watch anything we've established.
I rewatched Kingsman. I was tripping. That shit is fire.
The third one?
Yeah, the Kingsman. I rewatched.
Let's talk about it a little bit because we didn't really get to talk about it when Bam joined us because he hadn't seen it. But like I said, it's definitely the weakest of the three. I applaud him kind of going a more serious route, kind of a callback to that. Not really Lawrence of Arabia, but you know what I mean? That feel of the First War type of movies. But I mean, the action's still great. Matthew Vaughn does great action. The performances are good. Shout and like I said, it was full of good callbacks. I see when the movie was over, I'm like, should I stay? Nah, and then I left. Then like 2 or 3 days later, I read that there's a post-credit scene. I'm like, fucking course there was, because I saw it opening night.
Damn, I left.
Yeah, apparently Hitler shows up.
Sir, I want to work with Adam Sandler in the future. You're not gonna fuck up my chance.
But you know why? Because again, they were kind of basing this in the First World War with some of the key figures like Rasputin.
So who's playing? Did they show who played Hitler?
It was just some actor I'd never seen or heard of before.
Okay, because they could have picked Harvey Weinstein.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, what did you like about it?
All right, so in the beginning, it was a little drawn out. Obviously, not to spoil it, but when something happens to the guy who I thought was going to be the hero, I'll just say that. Well, fucking spoilers. So I thought the kid...
Well, that's not even the beginning. That's like almost at the end of the movie.
But it still threw me for a loop because
I agree.
We thought it was going to be like the regular hero story, like he would be the guy. Because, you know, when your father goes, then the kid's supposed to step up, all that bullshit, the Lion King theory and life theory and all that. So I'm thinking like he's gonna make it. But then when he gets
called to adventure, he crossed the threshold, all that, yeah.
But then when Son gave him the reverse, he thought he was doing this shit. He said, "Nah, you ain't my man's." He got him up out of here.
Yeah,
so then
that was interesting because I can admit that was when the feel like, oh shit, like, because he's like, that's some accent you got there. Like,
what's his friend name? Ronald or damn, I forgot the name.
Yeah.
I just rewatched it last night, but he basically said, "You ain't my man." That is the bullshit Scottish accent.
And then he just right between the eyes and just like, God.
Sean Connery should play Hitler.
Sean Connery's dead. Sometimes a woman needs a good And then she was like, "You stand by what you said." Oh, where you know, culture.
I can't find the button. God damn it, get me out of here.
Do you remember? I mean, he ran it back.
Well, she probably flipped the pancake, right? I don't know if they eat pancakes in Scotland, but
again, like I always think of what Adam Carolla said about Deacon Jones. Where he's like, when you slap in a man or a woman, got to make sure it's always a side. And Adam Carolla's like, he had to clarify, or a woman, like he didn't want to leave them out. Just like, oh my god, they were wilding back then. Wild.
Hey man, on movie sets, remember they be like, Tony, the kids. What happened to the kids? See, Tony, I think the kids are drowned.
But apparently that's why I was saying, that's like directors will legit like just smack people to be like, come on, show some. They'd be like, Stu Hart, come on, damn it, show some discipline.
Yo, you know why they probably acted like that back in the day? Because they diet just consisted of like just red meat, like beef.
No,
all the
it was
fucking
it
time.
was cigarettes, booze, happy things.
But it was good back then.
then.
The cigarette, the cigarettes and booze was good back then. It wasn't processed like this bullshit now. You know, before the Germans gave us microwaves.
But apparently it was like I know there was a Dustin Hoffman. He had slapped Meryl Streep on Kramer versus Kramer to like
We
get
should
something
kind of
out
get
of her.
away from this.
No, but then on a Marathon Man, he stayed up for 3 straight days to have like a look that he was tired, and then Laurence Olivier said, "Dear boy, have you tried acting?" Like, God damn. Like,
Okay, that might be title 2. Have you tried acting? I gotta write this shit down.
because he's just like, you're doing all this work for nothing.
Dear boy, have you tried acting? All right, let me write it down.
I gotta make sure that's true. Now I saw that like on the Instagram like phone quotes. I'm like, I hope that's real because that's amazing. But that also sounds like something like a Sir Laurence Olivier would say. You've got to mean it. You don't actually have to do it.
Should it be dear boy or have you tried acting?
It's my dear boy. Have you tried acting? But you know that's somewhat of a segue to what we're gonna talk about next. Wrestle Kingdom. Mainly the Kazuchika Okada matches, and my dear boy, have you tried like German surgery to get your body right? Like, my dear boy, you are going out there and killing yourself.
This motherfucker be walking. Remember the Rock My World video with Michael Jackson? The motherfucker be walking like this to the ring. Like he be first of all, he be having them big ass like Balenciaga suits on. They look like jackets. He fucking walks to the ring. He takes it off. It takes him 10 minutes. He's like, my back. I can't remove the jacket.
So I had to watch any New Japan of during 2020 after we did our Wrestle Kingdom show last year. Go ahead and run that back. Like you said, we covered both nights. That was a fucking. It felt like we were wrestling the Jay White Kota Ibushi 50-minute match.
Gee, what are we gonna do when we got to watch New Japan versus Noah?
Oh no! That's why we're just doing these 2 matches because I'm like, we can't do that again. We couldn't do 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom. And I only had time to watch the 2 Okada matches. I forgot I didn't have time to fit in the Kenta Funk match. Do you want to really briefly talk about Kenta Funk and apparently why this man is just like his whole body is the guy from SpongeBob with the bandage and the fucking IV.
You got no back. You got no knees. But I don't know how to say wrestling in Japanese, and I don't want to sound racist. So.
Well, it's they call pro wrestling Puroresu, if I'm not mistaken. Stop it. But I mean, I've seen some of Kenta's matches since returning to New Japan, and he definitely is like at a slower pace. He knows it too, but he was killing himself in Noah before he made it to NXT was thing, and then he had bad injuries over the course of his NXT WWE career. So it makes sense that he is kind of relying on this bullshit style in New Japan. But I just thought that they were using ladders and tables. I didn't watch the match yet. I'll try to. But that there was blood all over the table. What happened during that match? You saw it, right?
Yeah. Surprisingly, I saw everything the same day it came out. At least
and he was doing this. He's doing the Swift Tanahashi of all people, who's just like, "Why are you doing this?"
That's what this show was really comprised of. Both days, especially day 1, everybody just kind of said, "Fuck it," and maybe it's just because Noah is about to do the crossover with them for day 3. But
that already happened. Yeah.
Okay, so it already happened. I thought it was about to happen.
No, it happened. Happened yesterday, the day before yesterday. Happened Friday, I think.
So why don't I see it on the site?
Probably late or something. Maybe it's a Noah Rights thing or something. But
But
no, I saw.
No, not on the Japan site.
Oh yeah, that's not. It's not there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look because otherwise I would have watched the day 1.
No, I was seeing clips because Kazuchika Okada was throwing fucking like heavy forearms at a guy, and apparently it was a guy who had talked shit about him in the past.
That's why I understand why people don't think this is the best promotion in the world. Like, yo, we beat the fuck out of each other. You want some wrestling? We got that too, but we beat the fuck out of each other.
That's the thing I was reminded of. Because you had picked New Japan for your promotion of the year on the BBD BRP crossover episode. You saw New Japan live when it was in LA, right?
Yeah, I saw that, and I got to see that big teeth having ass motherfucker number 51. Who I see often, but I'll tell you off here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, had a conversation. I'll tell you off here.
But yeah, I'm reminded whenever I watch New Japan after, because I have said this before, especially in the episode where we watched Wrestle Kingdom, that from the Okada Omega match, that Wrestle Kingdom, I watched that whole show and then followed New Japan really for the next year and a half. Then I stopped because I kind of got tired of the build up with a multi-man tag match for 3 days, and then we have the big pay-per-view singles match. I kind of got tired of that, much like the WWE rhythm of things where we build up, and then fortunately they always kind of ram back a lot of the same matches due to the G1 Climax, which is probably the craziest thing invented in wrestling, is to have these guys go full force for fucking 20 days, something like that, 22 days. Again, try to have a 5-star match every night.
Dog, these motherfuckers not human.
With little to no rest, and I mean, again, they legit just have taped on bandages.
Dog, not to cut you off, and we find our pacing too. This is why this shit's getting better. Thinking about it right now, every time I watch the climax, I'm like, you just fucking wrestled 2 hours ago. You know how son Naito be coming to the ring looking like, where the fuck am I? Like during the climax, he really just be like, oh.
Well,
shit,
he has that great look just in general. He has like, my body is like dying.
And then people that's listening too, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe. The thing is, these aren't young guys.
No, because Kazuchika Okada is a young guy by their standards. That's the shitty part.
Yeah. Like, dog, these
they're-
motherfuckers is not young. Ibushi is about to be 40 this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me look it up, because over the course of the Kazuchika Okada Shingo Takagi match, they're like, Kazuchika Okada already had his peak years last decade. I mean,
Which
he was
is
the
sad,
man.
because he my age. Like, dog,
He was the man.
ain't old.
He was the man of the 2010s, and it was during his 20s, and now I'm looking up his age right now.
He's my age. He about to be
I know
34.
he's your age. Yeah, he turned 34 last year.
And he moving around like he's 44 damn near.
Yeah, they were like, he has a bad back. I'm like, I didn't know he had a bad back. I mean, when you and I watched the match he had with Ospreay last year, and you could just tell, like, my man's knees are like, they're shot. It's just, whew. But he still gets up there for the drop kick, but it's not the same.
No, it's not Christian. It used to be fast as a motherfucker. That motherfucker.
That match of Naito when he had the fucking long gold pants, he had like 3 to 4 drop kicks in that match, and each one was just like whew, perfect. No offense to Maven, to Bob Holly, to Randy Orton, because Kazuchika Okada had the best drop kick in wrestling. That man got up and just full feet, and now he's just like, okay, drop kick's coming up. Like, I'm still surprised he could do the fucking crossbody over the fucking guardrail. And we'll get to the Ospreay match, which I thought was the better of the two. But him and Takagi had a good match again. Takagi was just like fucking Larry to hit, like threw a lariat that hit him right in the fucking face. Because he's like, again, this is real. We do this shit. That's why we kind of skipped over it too. Our guy, it's real to me, damn it. Katsuri Shibata came back, and he was just supposed to have like a jiu-jitsu type match, just roll around and grapple, your type of, match. But he said, nah, fuck that. And then he fucking kicked him. He doesn't know how. No, he doesn't know how to like go half speed.
Take it back. Yeah, bro, take it back a little bit. But the thing is with him, if you in America, like, right, he's worked in America. If you tell him like to slow down, he'll probably fucking potato you some more. Like, yo, can you just relax a little bit? But it's like it's the same thing like with Suzuki.
Imagine him versus Brock Lesnar. Goddamn.
So what did he say to Braun Strowman being Brock Lesnar? Slow the fuck down.
That's what I'm saying. But imagine Shabbat just being like, this is a guy who threw a headbutt, had blood coming down his forehead, and was just like, come on, like Minoru
Suzuki versus Brock Lesnar would be interesting.
Well, again, Brock Lesnar hates getting hit in the face, but and Suzuki's just like slap, slap, slap again. Too fast, slap. And Brock Lesnar's like, would you stop it? Like,
dog. And then the thing is, they can eat it too. It's not like the Japanese workers they dish it out and don't take it. They fucking get their receipts back and they like, oh, cool, you gave me a receipt, cool. Let's throw 20 more. Like, dog, please.
And that's the thing, and it always sucks because it's kind of like the stereotypical watches New Japan once or every few months type of mentality, especially for American fans. But I often feel like James Woods in Any Given Sunday when he's at the end, when like they fire him, he's like, these men are gladiators. Like, that's what happens when you watch New Japan. Like, these guys, again, they don't hold back. It's about living and dying. I mean, we see Kota Ibushi, his every match in his catalog.
He might be cooked, bro. My goal might be cooked.
Tetsuya Naito's knees have been taped up for 6 years.
It's the reason why every single match he'll lay down backstage, like when he's on the main event after the post game interview, like just like
maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing Jay White had like kind of the last year and a half off with the pandemic, so he could fucking preserve his body somewhat and not end up like how Kenny Omega was the last year and a half.
Where's David Finley at?
He's mainly based in America now due to him and Juice Robinson as well. But once if the pandemic ever ends, they'll probably.
I want your wife.
But yeah, I'm just reminded that like holy shit, these like seeing Kazuchika Okada go at like all right, I know you're coming. Let's just kind of keep it. It's sad when this guy before was the best worker. Really, I mean, when to create a wrestler, you would create someone that looked like him and could move like him, and it's all simple moves, simple bumps, simple everything. But like when he does like his like the fire it up and then the pose, and he still had one of the best presentations. I forgot how fire the theme was. The Teen Jordan like. That's gonna be our new theme.
It's like Saint Seiya. You ever seen that anime?
I kind of know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was his first job before he got into pro wrestling. He was like a writer for like anime or video games. Like
it's funny that like Ospreay said like I know you're gonna go be an actor, and I'm like this guy could be an actor. He's a good looking guy. I mean, and he can't move anymore, so just let him go be an actor. He
could. You know why? His wife is an actress. I just thought about that.
Yeah,
or she's like a news reporter.
A newscaster, yeah. She's something in Japanese media, yeah.
Yeah, he could do that. I didn't even think about that.
Well, I think he was in the Tanahashi movie, if I'm not mistaken. Had a role in it. But
no, he definitely could do that. But I think I texted you this yesterday about Okada. I said legit when he's like able to go, like he kind of did with the Will Ospreay match and the match before that. He's by far the best in the world, and that's no disrespect to Daniel Bryan.
No, and that's the thing about
he just has it. That's why.
I think taking those few years off helped Daniel Bryan, and I almost thought like because we had just done Wrestle Kingdom, and I was like, this. I think we had said then last year that really this guy should have took the whole pandemic off, healed his body, and then come back. Because he again to have the run that he had. I think Kevin Kelly said it was like 600 to 700 days as IWGP heavyweight champ. And again, that was like the likes of Shibata, Marufuji, Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., Suzuki, Bad Fale, Tanahashi. I mean, he beat all the names over there.
Remember Scott Steiner cut the promo on TNA? Triple H, I beat him. I beat him. That's Okada. Like legit, Okada had.
Oh, he was legit the Ric Flair, like Terry Funk, Rick Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes. That was Sting. That was Okada with all the names in Japan. Cody Rhodes.
4 years old. That's what's so scary. Like, let's say if he decides, which he's probably not gonna do, like he gets some type of resurgence, like, and he like, yo, I want to go to America. If he comes to America, he probably won't get booked as good as he is.
Shinsuke Nakamura, I beat him. And he went running. AJ Styles, I beat him.
Damn, he did beat AJ.
That's
This is all before 34 years old. That's insane to say.
And again, if speaking of the Forbidden Door, if the rumors of the Kazuchika Okada CM Punk or Kazuchika Okada Daniel Bryan, you know, because the New Japan AEW somewhat relationship exists. I mean, he even had a great match with the redacted villain, Marty Skrull. That match was fucking great. That's so shitty, but like that match.
Why? You know why?
Oh, no, everyone knows why. I mean, like he's trying to come back somehow.
No, because he can't. The redacted Skrull can't fucking wrestle. Well, no, I won't say that. That's
no, he could. It was more the
he
presentation.
could work, but it's just yeah. I take that back. So even though he's a fucking twat, I just don't. We've seen it, and we've seen it better. And this is coming from a guy that likes wrestling, like technical, lyrical, miracle wrestling. Like Davis knows, and anybody that listens to this podcast and other people know, I like lyrical, miracle wrestling. Like I gotta find the I gotta find the Daniel Bryan versus William Regal match from 2001.
Oh, from 2001. I say.
Yeah, in Texas. That's because you already know that's where Daniel got to start at. So I got to find that match. William Regal is one of my favorite workers of all time. I like lyrical miracle wrestling.
What? So when me and my dad were watching Day One last week, after it ended, they played a Ruthless Aggression Season 2 episode. It was the first one about all the gimmicks of the Ruthless Aggression. They had showed when William Regal came out in like the Vegas girl outfit, and my dad's like, "What? Like, absolute a legend. William Regal. He was perfect. He was great at everything." And
that's what I love. One of the reasons why I love Big Mike, because he has common goddamn sense. Like, bruh, William Regal is, what's the best way to say this? Not to sound like a whole mark, so to speak.
No, it's alright to sound like a mark sometimes, especially for people that you care about. It's or that you're a fan of. There's nothing wrong with sounding like a mark. There's the perception.
I like what he said too
about
Vince. He said Vince saved my life and helped me and my family.
I was on some drugs.
Was he on the crack too?
I think he was. I don't know what he was on, but he was like, I'm fucked on drugs. And Vince is like, I've been there before. Yeah. Wait, I thought you died. Oh no, you're not Davey Boy. You're not Davey Boy.
He just saw him. He was like, "You're the utter bread."
Wait, what was I gonna say? Was like shit.
My fault. It's cool to be a mark. That's why I didn't.
No, it was something related to that. Damn it. Let me see if I can.
Probably disrespecting the workers. Like as I'm looking, I gotta watch that too. Judgment Day 2005. That's on your screen. Just that. I love. It's Paul London. Once again, that's a Shawn Michaels protege. That's probably better than Shawn Michaels. Anyhow, against the great Chavito Guerrero.
Wait, that guy. Oh, damn it. That was reminding me. Hopefully, I'll get back to it. Damn it. I'm
talking about being a mark. It's okay.
No, it was something. It was something else. It was just I'll try to.
Not about redacted scroll because you definitely didn't have a villain
club shirt. No.
I wouldn't do a podcast with a fucking jabroni with a villain club shirt. That's a mark shirt for real.
Yeah. No, I never bought a Bullet Club shirt to begin with. Yeah.
I did, and then the incel told me that's a nice shirt, and I fucking ripped it down.
But so the Will Ospreay match, I thought that was a better match because they did the right things in terms of they countered the others' key spots. Like Okada didn't hit the turnbuckle. I mean, they hit the drop kick when Ospreay was on the turnbuckle. He didn't hit the crossbody over the guardrail. Ospreay was able, like, it's what I liked about the CM Punk John Cena Money in the Bank match. CM Punk was like the first guy, like, I'm not gonna fall for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Like, I'm gonna kick you when you fucking put your head down and you can't see me. Like, I know when you do the FU, like, I gotta flip over because the AA because I gotta flip over. Like, to me, that's good wrestling as well as when you tell the story of like, I know what you're gonna do because I've seen it, or if we've wrestled before, now I know what to expect. And these 2 hours before they wrestled at the last Wrestle Kingdom, I thought this match was better than the one they had last year. That one was a little underwhelming. I think Ospreay was trying to work that heavyweight style, not be too flashy with the junior heavyweight, do all the flips. Whereas, I mean, he did the crazy moonsault off the fucking light fixture, which is crazy considering like there was that piece of like steel like in like in the middle. I don't know how he was able to get that much distance, but he was a gymnast
Yeah.
before, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but still, I think that's what's up with the New Japan workers sometimes. And maybe they're a little bit more lenient. But if I'm him and I'm one of the vets, I'm like, don't fucking do that spot.
Well, he had done it before. They had called it back, and I remember that Wrestle Kingdom when it was him, Redacted Skrull, Hiromu Takahashi, and Kushida. They had that great Fatal 4-Way for the junior title. He had did that spot then. I also think when Andrade was La Sombra, he did something similar against Shinsuke Nakamura in a great match they had for the IWGP IC title.
Yeah, with the high spots, that's why I'm always nervous if I'm a worker. Obviously, you got to catch them, but it's like, bruh, what if I can't catch you? Because we work stiff throughout this whole fucking match. And the thing is, these matches, for people that's listening, they aren't 10-minute matches. Sometimes they're hours.
First was 30 minutes, and I think they did, almost 40? The Ospreay match was almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. And it's a little drag at the beginning and then picks up right in the last, 10 minutes when it's just, fire up, big move, fire up, big move, fire up, big move. And then it's just, count, kick out. Just an amazing match that Ospreay. I'm going to have to put that on my list and hopefully remember it for Best of the Year this year. Because that was the thing with my Best of the last year. I didn't run back that Jay White Ibushi match like I should have. Because then that was a fucking saga with the match they had. But I just remember being good when we watched it and broke it down. But yeah,
did I have that on my list?
I think you had an honorable mention or something like that. But
I'm talking about BRP that I have that Naito versus Bushi. I don't think I did.
No, you picked the tag match, right? Oh no, you picked Danielson Omega.
Yeah. Damn, I shouldn't have.
Which isn't a bad. And again, I'll have to remember the Danielson Hangman Page 2 match. That match was fucking amazing.
That shit was fucking wonderful. That's what I'm saying. This year's off to a pretty good start as far as entertainment goes. Obviously we're gonna get to the entertainment next week of everything that comprises of our next week episode. So make sure y'all tuned in to that. But as far as wrestling, that Hangman and that Daniel match, I said, yo, this low key could be match of the year, and the year just started. Even
I like the Fatal 5-Way a lot. That was a great booked Fatal 5-Way. Everyone had a chance to shine.
And going back real quick, I'm not even a Hangman fan. Not saying he's bad, but I'm not a fan. That made me a fan. I'm a Hangman fan.
I mean, when I first started watching New Japan, and when you could tell they were trying to make him a little something. He was in the G1. I think the next year in 2018, him and Jay White had a good match for the IWGP US title. Those two having a match now would be interesting. Now that he's gotten better and is a star, Hangman and Jay White, that'd be interesting. No, I thought he could go, and the cowboy gimmick now is better than the Hangman gimmick of the guy with the noose and all that. Him being this cowboy shit, I like that a little bit more. That was a fucking match, and it was almost at the 20-minute mark. I was like, oh shit, are they gonna go the hour again? But they went the half-hour mark, and I was like, that's still a fucking great match. Again, great matches don't always have to go 30 minutes or 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour. There have been great 10-minute matches. One of my favorite matches, I think a match that's always been that's kind of been slept on, was TakeOver 2017, San Antonio. Andrade and Roderick Strong had a great 10-minute match. It was right before Roddy Strong joined Undisputed Era, and as Andrade was becoming the heel,
I'm like, yo, Vince was on some good shit in 05 and 06.
I remember now. Thank you. The William Regal. We had talked about Ric Flair and Eugene, but William Regal every week would, Master Eugene, no. He's dear boy. That's again, dear boy, Master Eugene, no.
Bruh.
We talk about Ric Flair having to be like, what?
Didn't Triple H get his ass because he get his ass beat? Or he beat the fuck out of
He beat William Regal's ass during the feud of Eugene. He went to the hotel and he beat William Regal's ass in the hotel room and all that. And then afterwards they had a match.
That's when Steve Regal was in the stretcher. Blood.
Yeah, but now he would always be, oh my good boy, no, Master Eugene. Just being
legend.
Alfred Pennyworth.
Well,
I failed you.
Eugene is something like a superhero.
Okay, you know what? We're not going there. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why he wanted to turn the Olympic gold. Maybe that's why because again, Vince McMahon's an asshole. He wanted, I'm going to make the Olympic gold medalist, the Olympic gold predator. Like that's what he wanted to do.
I don't know what the fuck Vince was sniffing or smoking in 05, 06.
That was also again. This is the era. This is the era of the soap opera writer.
Dog, but you get like even back then that was wild. Like looking at it now, I'm like, yo, that's fucking wild. And this is coming from a non-PG person. You already
and this is the last year Kurt Angle looks normal,
quote unquote. Because even then, you could tell like the pupils as big as
No. He still looks like it. The next year when he wins the title at the start of the year in 06.
with them little ass shoes.
Yeah,
he had the Reebok
with the Atomic shoes on. Yeah, I know what them shits is called. Don't do that. So come on, son. Come on. Who you think you potted with?
Dog. I remember y'all nasty motherfuckers. Let me look at the 8 camera. I remember y'all nasty motherfuckers in 07 had them, bro. With the little straps on it. They look like is it the Prada or the Gucci shoes? The Gucci shoes with the little yeah. And then also Kanye had them in 2010. Remember he had the Yeezys and then he had the little
the Louis Vuitton
or Prada.
Yeah.
I bet the motherfuckers resale value is like 10,000.
Oh, more.
Because the Red Octobers are 5,000 still.
We'll see.
Yeah. Last time I checked on StockX.
Read your notes for my dear boy. Have you tried acting?
Like, bro, why the fuck you gonna stay up 3 days for that? It's the same thing with Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, bro, phenomenal actor.
Oh yeah, why you going for? Why you gonna? Why are you gonna?
Like, dog, you don't have to sleep in the woods for the last monarch. You don't have to sleep in the woods and get. He got pneumonia. He damn near died.
You don't have to make Steven Spielberg call you Mr. President. I mean, you are not actually Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, like that fucker been dead for years.
I mean, would you ever like, if you got to be on set, if you had a role in a movie with like a serious actor like that, or Jared Leto? Remember when Jared Leto's like, I didn't meet Denzel, and then John David Washington was like, the fuck you mean you didn't meet?
No, it's the reverse. Denzel didn't meet you and didn't want to meet you.
Well,
that's what he should have said.
As we've been finding out lately.
Like
I got time to meet you.
No, that's why he the GOAT. He don't know who the fuck you are.
What, you playing a band? 30 seconds. Doesn't take that long to get to Mars. Nope. I don't like that. I don't listen to that type of music. No.
Damson. Who is she?
Samson. Ralph Sampson.
Like he on that Morgan Freeman level now, where it's just like I'm so old and I work. I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And he don't have to work. Denzel could have literally retired 10 years ago. He'd still be considered the GOAT.
Well, I mean, you had kind of alluded to it earlier. Let's just preview it now. Next week's episode, you don't want to miss. Like you had said, like, subscribe, share, follow, all of it. Because here's the slate we got next week. I'm going to finally watch Book of Boba Fett. I haven't watched it yet. I've been kind of waiting for some episodes to queue up. Finally going to talk about that. Euphoria returns tonight, which is when we're recording this episode. I ran back the whole season on those 2 special episodes yesterday. God, what a show. But I'm also just like, I watched the show and I almost feel like a parent where I'm just like, someone help these kids, please. Just like
fucking kids.
The Weekend album that just dropped on FM. I'm a fan of it. I imagine you are not.
No, it's all right. It grew on me a little bit. It's cool. I said amazing yesterday, but I was like, I like to transition from Take My Breath to Sacrifice. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll break it down. Maybe we'll ask Matt Damon to stop by and give his opinion on it.
That shit's ass. Like, nigga, you can't listen to Wu-Tang every day.
Hey, how'd you get in here, Matt?
Like, dog, you can't listen to Wu-Tang every day, bro. I like Supreme Mathematics too, guy, but come on.
Episode 1 of Peacemaker starring the GOAT, John Cena, So we'll be able to talk about that. HBO Max, no free ads. You better run that check, son.
Still from Tenet. We still owe the check from Tenet.
And then finally, we've been waiting for about 2 months now for a little movie called Denzel's The Tragedy of Macbeth, as I'm calling it. Because Apple TV Plus Friday night. Finally. So that's all next week. Hopefully nothing crazy happens in between, because I don't know, like Will Ferrell.
We might have to do 2 episodes.
Like Will Ferrell Old School. I don't know if we're having enough time.
We're gonna have to split it up. Shouts out to you for that reference too. That's a classic movie.
Maybe go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean,
like, yo, they wore it out because that You My Boy Blue shit, but other than that shit still fucking
Blue, do you trust I would not put your life in danger? Sir, yes, sir. Blue, you're my boy.
Legit, that actor was like 90-some years old.
Oh,
apparently,
yeah.
he was acting like small TV shows and shit up until that point.
But yeah, that's next week's episode. Again, like you said, entertainment news is picking back up. The reason we were almost going to take a week off was because it's quiet normally the first week of the year. Nothing major happened. I mean, the Julia Fox, Kanye West thing, that was just us being the watchers, or maybe the kings of the podcast game, controlling the pieces around while no one acknowledges us.
So we're both, damn it, Doom, and I just had the goddamn name and I lost it Sunday. But it'll come back to me, but the name. Oh, Kane the Conqueror and Doom. The people that read comics, they meet.
But yeah, I mean, what else happened kind of this week that you wanted to discuss? But next week's episode, 2 episodes. Jeez.
We might have to.
God.
If something else happens. Oh my gosh, sure. 2 episodes.
And then after that, we'll be journeying back into the BBD pod, enter the wrestling verse with a pay-per-view commentary track.
Attitude Era, ain't it?
They'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to maybe talk about you want to talk about some Chicago Bulls or some Dallas Cowboys? Anything before we wrap up?
Ain't nothing at home. Put the A camera on me. Give me 1 second. I got you. Because y'all was talking shit. We probably got the best defense in the game today. We got 4 Pro Bowlers being the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, here's the A camera. I look good. I look fly. Dallas Cowboy fan. Are we going to get past the Packers? No. Let's move on. Anyhow, we made it. But otherwise than that, the Bulls are doing good. Zoe back. Out fresh out the health protocol. We still need a power forward. I told my man's Math. Not Math. Math is my man's as well, but Matt, my brother that I've been knowing 15 years, bro. He's a Bulls fan as well, diehard. Kobe White is true. Kobe White is averaging in the past 5 games, 20-plus points. So we off to a good year. The Bulls is winning. The Cowboys is winning. Ain't shit else for me to really say. I don't need to go in depth. I don't need to do my analytical shit. We winning.
I haven't watched the highlights yet, but I see that my guy Lane Stevenson is back and he's picking up right where he left off in 2014 before he signed that Charlotte Hornets contract.
That's hilarious. He's picking up right where he left off.
Don't you remember? I mean, he was something those 2 years when the Pacers made the East Finals.
He shouldn't have been an All-Star 2014. Honestly, he shouldn't have been a reserve.
Mm-hmm. And then he had to take that money.
Smart man, because Michael Jordan just be giving money away. He got to pay Miles Bridges his next season, though. Miles Bridges is balling. He's like the second, third best player on the team right now. Besides,
I saw something. I forgot that he had slapped Malik Monk in the back of the head. And someone's like, that's what made him a better player. I'm like, ain't wrong. I mean, look at Scotty Burrell.
Hey,
look at Scotty Burrell that season. He paid off in the playoffs.
When God touch you, you blessed. God touch
so I got to go, Michael Jordan, and just have him just smack me down like Minoru Suzuki. And I'm like,
he's not going to smack. He might hug you. He like,
Oh, come on, don't do that.
you a golf kid, that's why. You know he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he probably gonna hug you, and because you probably dressed like one of the kids that asked him for an autograph when you was little.
What
I want to be like Mike. He not rock.
Well, no, with them cigars.
Yeah, you're not supposed to smoke cigars like cigarettes, bro. He smoked the motherfucker like he said he smoked what 3 or 4 cigars a day, like bro.
You don't care about living or dying.
Because he can't die. You see his eyes.
Exactly.
His eyes tell you that the Reaper is coming, but it's not.
You said my eyes are the Reaper.
His eyes are definitely going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
1-on-1.
I would love to see that. They said,
"Oh, I know."
Now
that you say it. Oh, you mean 1-on-1 in the game or 1-on-1 in a match? Because I got MJ in a match.
I do as well because he's gonna burn him with a cigar and throw some cognac. On one of them Mickey Mouse tattoos.
Oh my god! Just like bitch.
But in the game, him like dog, because he didn't make it. I think didn't he play like overseas or something before he got in the wrestling?
He didn't play shit. He probably played D2 on the bench. Fuck out of here, Mark Calloway.
Hey, don't do that. My son almost was out here in D2 basketball. He played for Florida. Was it Florida State?
Taco Fall got drafted. How come he didn't? Taco Fall got drafted for being 7 foot.
They did that with Hakeem the B. Remember, like if you 7 foot in African, they just gonna put you in the NBA. Like, what if I want to be like a bioscientist, something like that, a chemical engineer? Well, I got to go to the NBA.
I don't know if Hakeem to be want to do that. I know Andrew Bynum was like that.
Yo, we need a 30 for 30 on him.
No, just getting back. I didn't like basketball. I took the money.
Yeah, because the fucking kid gave it to him. Goddamn, Jerry Buss. Jerry Buss kid. Jimmy Buss gave him that. That fucking idiot.
Jimmy!
He walk around with goddamn New Balances on, the fucking sport coat look, the little nasty hat. Nah, but he an old hype beast, bro. Like, that's a nasty ass look.
I'm sorry, when the New Balancing was starting to come, I'm like, I know they're comfortable shoes, but don't try to make it like New Balance is the thing to wear. Come on, get some fucking Nikes.
I started that.
Here we go. Oh my god.
You know I started that shit. Do I gotta go to my closet while we record so I can?
That's because you're Mick Foley. Of course you started.
Yeah, Mick was the first person with New Balance, so I can't hold you.
Because Mick Foley's like, they wasn't falling off sales until I did that shit. Me.
Yo, Mick Foley is known as the cheapest worker of all time for no reason. He was making money. He was just cheap as hell.
Oh, yeah. No, they said like you would ride no fans or something like that. You know why? Because the medical bills were too damn high.
Damn, you right. You own something. I just thought about that. But they said he made millions.
It cost millions to put that body back to barely together.
No, it's 5-6 figures, but still. But the nasty thing about his laundry and all that, I don't like that shit. Like, wash your clothes, bro.
Oh, you mean like the clothes that he wears?
His rain gear. Like Triple H got you know how they do the cartoons with the short stories?
About how the socks actually smell terrible?
About his clothes. Like, he'll take the clothes that, like, he'll shower, like, he's sweating. He'll take a shower, put the clothes right back on.
I mean, he's Mick Foley. I mean, he doesn't look like John Cena or The Rock in terms of caring about their appearance.
I understand you probably don't have the mentality of a rich man. I'm far from fucking rich, and even I wash my ass 2 or 3 times a day and wear fresh clothes.
Well, again, like I didn't do shit yesterday. You take a shower just to clean yourself if you're gonna sit around all day. Plus, it feels good.
Yeah, that, and then you don't want to just be sitting in moist balls, even if you just sit down all day.
Okay, wait a minute.
You don't want your balls to be sweating. You sit down looking at Judgment Day 2005.
I only put that on the background. My dad had actually ordered this. I didn't see it live. He'd ordered it the week it aired, and then the next weekend I came and watched. And this was the John Cena JBL I Quit match where he's like, "Say it, you're like, I'll quit, David, I'll quit," and then he just still like pushes him through the glass anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this pay-per-view later because that match is classic. Like, I've never seen John Cena get that much color. Like, dog, they must
First-
hit an artery.
Why did JBL do back-to-back Judgment Days with like all the blood on his face? Him and Eddie Guerrero were just like,
Because he's a
fuck
Texas
it.
person, and it's probably something along the lines of Christ and blood. I don't know.
nah, it was just like, I'm gonna show you I'm a tough son of a bitch, damn it.
But didn't Eddie almost die because of that? He had to
you
go
mean
to the
like
hospital?
I don't know about that.
No, he did. He had to get a blood transfusion. I remember. And I'm not trying to sound like Mr. Right, but I remember vividly because that's why the laceration was insane, because it actually hit an artery.
I just know that fucking chair shot's one of the.
I think that's what caused it, because you know how they get nicked a little bit with like a little blade, but I think the chair shot took it overboard, so the artery kind of bust. But I swear he had to get a blood transfusion.
I could never blade. That's why I couldn't be a wrestler. I couldn't be like, no.
Well, the fucking only promotion I do it is AEW, because apparently that's like the ritual every week. Somebody got to get colored. Like, dog,
Yeah, I didn't
why
like
the fuck
that
every female worker got to get blade?
I didn't like that they had to do blood in the Hangman Page Bryan 2 match. The first one, that was good, but like the second, you didn't need to run it back.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. Like,
that was because Daniel Bryan's like, listen, I'm going to bleed, damn it. I came here to die in the ring.
Vince definitely watched that.
And then that punk ass Tony Khan was like, okay.
Yo, who told her, you or Tony Khan?
Probably Tony Khan.
You a goddamn lie.
Let me see.
Why are you gonna do that to yourself?
You've seen me in person?
Yes, I've seen you in person. You handsome. What you want me to say? What the fuck?
No, I'm not tall.
It don't matter. He ain't tall.
He's 39. Damn.
He sound 39. He sound like a fucking 39-year-old cunt. That's what he sound like. Little and I was we're black. What did he say? We brown people and
Apparently he is my height. He is 5'7", apparently.
No, he don't have no bass in his voice. I don't talk to people that don't have no type of bass in their voice.
You talk to me every week.
No, you got a little bit of bass. He just sounds like a fucking character. What's that old cartoon? Well, it's not old. Phoebe and Bob or some shit like that.
Well, actually, I mean, live on Dynamite, we have a great match tonight.
You look like Buddy Holly. And not the Weezer song.
Hey, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh,
you know that song?
Mary Tyler Moore. I
God.
don't care what they say about us. Anyway, I don't care about that. Dun, dun, dun.
My God.
Where
are you going? Know. Bruh,
yeah, he literally says, let me see, like, let me look up that's like the opening lyrics to that song. One of my things in the coming years just to tweet out song lyrics and be like, they really said this. But
apparently they just found out what Chris Brown said and gave me that. That's why I said I had to come back to Twitter, because Twitter actually been funny as hell the past couple of days or weeks.
Yeah, what's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they got a front? You're Rivers Cuomo. Shut the fuck up.
Where is he from? Where is
He
the band
definitely
from? Seattle?
Damn it. No, Los Angeles. I thought so. And yeah, Rivers Cuomo is from New York City.
I never knew that. They definitely was a Capitol Records project as well. They had to be signed to Capitol Records.
They were labels DGC, Jive, Geffen, Interscope, Epitaph, Republic, Atlantic. No Capitol.
Damn, that's a project. Really? Jive Records? Oh yeah, that's the second or third album when they were on Jive. I'm about to start getting into some music talk, so let me not nerd out. But that's crazy. I ain't second.
Nah. Again, that's the thing whenever that happens on BRP and they're just like, don't worry about you don't know another. Yeah, again, I don't pay attention to music like I do to movies is the thing.
Movies is.
Huh?
You said movies is. That's what it sounded like in my mind. You said.
Oh no, I said that's because you're outside.
Yeah, I'm like Dr. Umar today, people. I'm got to record outside. FDMG Banks $ School. Get me into the studio. No. So I kind of got to be unprofessional. You know, Banks is kind of unprofessional.
No, he's live via satellite in the tropics.
The tropics of hell, Florida.
Okay. But,
the goddamn swamp.
Anything else this week that you can think of before we wrap up? We're just going to try to keep this a brief episode before the mega episode next week. But
hey, Sasha Banks, you don't have to lie to us. You use your PTO all the goddamn time.
Come on, you didn't see her leg bend like Phoenix's arm?
I don't even want to talk about that. About the arm. That shit woke me up out of my sleep. I woke like an Undertaker. I was knocked out.
You thought that was your arm?
Nah, because if I ever, God forbid, break my arm like that, I will fucking yell. I sound like Tony Khan.
I told you I broke my arm playing basketball in 8th grade. Me and a guy went up for a rebound. It was raining a little bit outside, so when I came back down, my feet slipped.
This is above the rim? What the fuck?
My foot slipped, and then my arm just went smack on the ground, and I could like hear, and I kind of got that like Saving Private Ryan like in my head.
Good reference.
And then I got up, and my arm was, and I was like, "Ow!" Like I had to carry it to like the yard duty guy. I'm like, "Hey, I think I broke my arm." And he was like, "Oh, let's get you to the office." And they didn't call the ambulance. My mom had to come and pick me up. Whereas, like a guy the week before had broken his arm trying to climb a fence, and they called the ambulance for him.
Yo, that school was cursed. Motherfucker breaking their arm. That school was old. That's a better plot than that fucking M. Night movie. Old. That's cool. The Antioch High School.
Or that was Antioch middle school, yeah. Now you saw some pictures of me from Antioch High School.
I'm from the streets, G.
That is almost similar, yeah.
Come on, get in the car.
Get your ass in the car.
Yo, why was he? I'm just looking at this shit. Now I gotta watch Judgment Day. Probably when we done. Well, I gotta finish BMF. I'm done with first season. Yo, why the fuck did
they got him like in the audience?
The greatest Latin fighter of all time.
No mas.
That's one time. But he got Sugar Ray Leonard. Look, I'm about to get into some real geeky shit. He got Sugar Ray. If you got Sugar Ray, who was pound for pound the best at that time, you were
Booker Sugar Ray.
Booker Sugar Ray. Yeah, that's how he was able to dodge all that shit. The cocaine had him. Like anybody that had a Preston curl like that, or not even Preston curl, just a curl like that, he definitely was on cocaine.
Did you see the movie where Usher played Sugar Ray?
He was in phenomenal. Oh, you mean Jason Derulo? He was in phenomenal shape for that. But he actually did a good job imitating Sugar Ray. I was like, yo, that's actually a pretty good impression.
I didn't watch that movie, nah.
I am the Sugar from Detroit. Sugar Ray Leonard.
What's your favorite Jason Derulo song?
What's the one they always play on Black and Out Table? Okay, let's talk about it.
That's it. Mine is
There goes somebody that's Jason Derulo.
Okay, whoa, time's up. We got, you know what?
He had a perm, just like Jason Derulo.
Stop.
How you wrestle with a perm, bro?
Nope.
It was downtown Tony Brown.
Do you know how he faces? Do you know who he faces on this card?
Buju Banton.
Heidenreich.
Remember Heidenreich? Get Michael Cole.
No.
Yo, what the fuck?
He said the buffet is closed. No.
Yo, Vince was like mad, nasty, non-consensual horny around this time, bro.
See, this is what I mean when like we should probably We should probably have a Millie Beeman on to talk about the Ruthless Aggression Era being like this or something, because we had referenced it last week again. They had a live sex celebration. I'm not even 11 and they're having this on TV.
No, it's the reason why I came on 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Sorry, 5 o'clock.
They had Snitsky be the cause of an abortion. I was 9.
He put it the baby.
He said, "Fuck your baby."
Get your fucking hands off me.
Oh,
yo, why did Lita get pregnant by Kanye? But she was supposed to be Hardy.
You know what's funny? I just remember, like, Lita, is the baby mine or is the baby Kane's, Lita? Matt, it's not your baby. It's Kane's. And then Matt's already like, no!
Yo, South Carolina accent of them is kind of spot on, which is insane. Because they do have that, like,
Kane, you bastard!
It's not that hard to do an impression of a South Carolina accent.
Do you remember when they were such savages? They had a baby shower for Lita. I think it was Jazz, Gail Kim, Trish Stratus, and Molly Holly.
She won a job. Let me talk about Gail Kim one time. Bitch, you can't just be saying one day you got the Antonio Brown. One day you want a job, the next day you don't. Is it Uchi Wally or one fucking mic? Now you're talking about the forbidden door is open. Somebody said, I know they didn't think it is. The big boy mean. It was like, bruh. Every day she get on her fucking little Twitter account, not promote shit, because she ain't cooking no goddamn more. She had that little funky ass cooking shit.
Where her husband was that Restaurant Impossible guy. Is that what Restaurant Impossible guy? That's why.
She with who?
The guy who, like this big Marine motherfucker who all of a sudden became like a restaurateur.
God damn. Okay, no wonder. So CT runs in that fucking family household.
No, but here's what happened. She got pissed that like WWE did nothing with her. She goes to TNA and they make her something because they have no women there, with the exception of Awesome Kong.
Just like fucking now. That's crazy.
No, that's I mean, and then she goes back to WWE and they don't use her like how she was, just because she was the top. Just because you're the top person in Impact doesn't mean you're going to be the top person in WWE. And I mean, only one person could do that. And that man is AJ Styles.
And what the fuck else? What can they do for you, Gail Kim? That's what I would have been like, bitch, what you want? What ideal do you have for us? What's your gimmick going to be? You can't do, I don't know what the fuck you want to do. You want to be, what's the fucking jabroni name? Luke Gallows, you want to be his wife on TV? Is that what you want to do?
But I just remember that they had a picture of a baby with Kane's face photoshopped on it. And I'm like, again, I'm 9 years old when this is happening.
Wait, that was 04, right?
Yeah, 04 was the Kane Matt Hardy till death do us part match.
Goddamn, almost. So 19, 13 years, about 15, 16 years old. No, I was 14.
That would
15.
be 18 years ago.
Yeah. So 14, 15. Yeah, I remember that shit vividly because that's the time I was like stuck in Impact.
They had Kane and Lita wedding, and then Trish Stratus came out looking like fresh.
Yeah. When we gonna do the Trish Stratus episode?
We do it every week apparently.
No, but we gotta have Josh on. We're gonna give an hour. Hey, y'all just gonna have to be mad whoever.
We ain't gonna be talking about matches. I mean, that's the shit. Like, what are we gonna
yes, we is. Shit. You see here, R.I.P. John Madden. When she moved this way, yeah, you can see the cowboy hat, bro. I can talk
Titty.
about her.
That's all the matches are. Come on, Titty.
Dog, when she was with TNA, when she was up here managing Tess and Albert, I knew as a shorty. I said I had to Leonardo DiCaprio. I said I was like 19 years old.
Yeah, you're like Jason Momoa when he was seeing Lisa Bonet on the Cosby Show. He's like, I want her. And then he went and got her.
So he's just like me, because that's how I felt about all the women.
Well, he had said that on Jimmy Kimmel one time, where he's like, And Drew Kill was like, I did the same thing and it didn't happen to me.
So we can manifest our women?
I've been trying to do that. That was the whole point of last week's episode too, was for me to start the campaign to get Sydney Sweeney into my life. Or I mean, just at least I could be a red carpet date. Something, please.
Them NXT women, you know which ones I'm talking about. Hey, what you trying to do? You ain't listening, but I guess we'll manifest you supposed to speak it. I don't know how this shit works.
Yeah, save this man from watching Kurt Warner movies.
Hey, he manifested his woman. His is weird because he showed up at her house too.
That's how you how to do it back then. Ain't no cell phones, ain't no Twitter.
That's about right, because she was like, it's already publicized. I can't spoil it by
No, it was like the mid to late 90s, yeah. Yeah, and you had no like.
The bartender told him the address, which is kind of wild too. That's how I was able to find the wife.
That's why there were a lot of murders back then. A lot of unsolved murders back then.
Low key, I was like, yo, this is kind of wild, but I guess because they was like, yo, it's Kurt. Kurt is Iowa. Like,
it's Kurt.
He low key could have came out to that music because he was very like early Kurt Angle-esque before the perks.
Oh yeah, milk and cookies and all that.
What the Rock said? Oh, some milk and cookies.
Oh God. Yeah, so I think we should wrap it up. We weren't going to try to go more than 90 minutes anyway.
A big glass of milk.
Oh, that's a Trish Stratus. And now she's talking about making a comeback. And I'm like, girl, don't you
fucking let's do it right now.
Don't you do that. For me, please.
In this era, her, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair.
Well, her and Sasha Banks, remember, her and Sasha Banks had that interaction at the Rumble.
We
Sasha
need
Banks
that
did
match.
the whole, like,
Bailey, boy, Naomi, man, listen.
I am horny. That's you.
Tamina.
Oh
Natty.
my God.
Do I got to keep going?
You know.
Xia Li, like, bruh.
Now, see, Rock's like, now you're cooking.
What are we picking, Rock?
No, don't ask him that. See, right here, I got some.
You can't make shrimp fry right, Guspo.
Okay, no. See, the thing is,
you put the shrimp in the fried rice inside the gumbo while it's boiling. Like, yo, that sounds like a stew. I don't know. Actually, does sound fine.
oh, okay. Julia Fox, put her in the Rumble.
Put her where?
Put her in the Rumble, Julia Fox.
No,
they're putting Johnny Knoxville. They're putting Johnny Knoxville in the Rumble.
Hey, best promotion on the planet. I take back what I said. I forgot that was supposed to happen. Jack, like, bring out everybody, bro. Yo, you bring out Bam Margera against the Usos.
That's assault, brother.
First person to black out.
Oh no. I would like to drink some beer. Hell, son.
You know how he used to beat up on his pops?
Like he was Minoru Suzuki?
Stop, Dale, stop. He used to throw little white boy punches.
The shaving pan? Boo, 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 boo.
Yo, the best white fighters on the planet are in NHL. Them motherfuckers be throwing.
Because they're Canadian farm boys, that's why.
Them motherfuckers be hooking, bro, and be eating. And I'm like, yo, they chins is crazy.
And they also, there's one clip, I'll try to send it to you, where a guy is talking shit to another guy, and he's like, you were in the minors longer than me, you dumb fuck. Like, they have the funniest trash talk. And then he's just like, yeah, enjoy while it lasts. Because you're going right back down.
The best shit That's how I know they good. They got good technique. The motherfuckers. They get straight into the stand.
Look at Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
I know. Sami Zayn, one of my favorite workers ever, based on him being the Stay Ready All-Star. Dude was in the crowd talking shit. He moved from this side all the way over. He said, the Street Fighters ain't got to say shit to you. I'm going to say something. I'll look at that video at least once a week. He moved all the way from this side over and went to the dude like, you ain't about to do shit. I said, oh, no. I like Sami Zayn. That's a Stay Ready All-Star.
You'll do fucking nothing.
I'm like, dog, you don't need to risk your job because they trying to find reasons to fire you.
Now, I would be surprised if Sami Zayn low-key could fight.
No, he can't. Bruh, he moved from this
I don't think
side
so
of the
now
ring
because he's had, 2 rotator cuff surgeries or something like that. But still.
It don't matter. Bruh, he a Stay Ready All-Star. The thing about Stay Ready All-Stars is it don't matter.
And like Seth Rollins, you were scared of a fan.
Like, bro, Rick, you scared of everything. Stop. You cry baby ass.
I wasn't scared of a plane crash.
Motherfucker, you was damn lying. You thought you was like Denzel in Flight. You were Denzel in Flight. Ric Flair was Denzel in Flight.
He wasn't flying the plane, relax.
It don't matter. He did the cocaine.
He'd be like dancing on the plane and shit.
Well, with his meat out like he did before.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram Davis Colton DC. Banks is on Twitter at the BBD Pod, but also at I am not Banks when he does.
I'm not there.
Descend from the rafters. It's Banks.
And I don't wear face paint like NBA YoungBoy.
Did you see the Andrade promo on Rampage where he said that Darby Allin works for Sting? He wants to buy him. It was hilarious. He's like, who is this man that is with Sting? And Prince Charles was like, Darby
Wait,
Allin.
he was speaking English?
Yeah, stop it, Eve. Stop.
I thought it had subtitles. Like, damn, that's a fire. Telemundo promo.
Sting, Darby Allin.
Hey man, if he had Electra, what's her name?
Electra Lopez.
Yeah, she need to manage me. I speak no English, and she managing me.
See, that's what I mean. Where I need a Latin woman like that. And Davis, huh? Yeah.
See, that's all I say to her. See,
yeah.
Pretty hard as hell. See,
Mamacita.
It's like China. You got your European Championship.
Viva la raza. Dun, 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 dun.
That's what I want. Hey, Cal.
Oh my God. You know what? See, this is what's crazy. I had no idea Judgment Day 05 took place in Minneapolis. Crazy.
Yeah, that and No Way Out, I think 2000. No. Fully Loaded 99. One of those when they had
SummerSlam 99. SummerSlam 99.
Yeah, I remember that because the body, Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body Ventura. Let me tell you something, Monsoon.
I ran for Congress.
I'm the governor of the great state of Minnesota.
But what he said about not Buddy Rogers, superstar Billy Graham was using steroids.
He's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
Hogan's a bitch, and he's a racist.
I told Vince, if you want me to stay in WWE, you guys pay me more.
And we have about 3 minutes, but look, let's just again, Eddie Guerrero back then. R.I.P. R.I.P. Legend, absolute all-time legend on the mic, in the ring.
The GOAT.
But
if it ain't John Cena, it's Eddie Guerrero.
But he was just so. Oh my God. And Rey Mysterio too in this era. Insane.
Yes, look at the back. Like he 5'2".
That's thing. Rey Mysterio has a back, whereas him and WCW, they're like, who let their son in the ring?
He has a back. I beg your pardon.
You gotta stop. You know what I mean.
But remember, at WCW, he was like 20 years old, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. But it was like, I look like him in WCW.
He's 47 now, and that shit is insane to say. Like 47. He been wrestling for 33 years.
I've been in this game for 19 years.
Dog, that's fucking insane to say. Even though his knees are cooked.
When we
But he
do
wouldn't go get the shit.
our wrestling universe, our Wrestleverse episode about when we each pick an episode of Raw, I'm gonna pick the 2004 Raw draft, just so I can tell you. I saw like 18 commercials for Walking Tall, starring The Rock. Never Die Alone, starring DMX.
See No Evil, right?
No, this is 04.
When See No Evil came out 05.
Oh, 06.
Okay, because I remember they were going OD.
May 19th. Don't say that date. Don't say it was.
Dog, I used to get pissed. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this shit.
But no, I used to. I had that VHS tape because my dad recorded it. I used to Never Die Alone. Constant trailers for that movie. Walking Tall. Stacker 2 commercials. OD. The ones where John Cena raps, and I think where Chris Jericho sings like Stacker 2, watch a stinger. Like,
yo, if you take Stacker 2 and them gas station pills, your heart going fucking.
And then I think it ended with the Stripperella cartoon start by Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say Carmen Electra, but Carmen Electra is another one.
First
Canadian. Them Canadian ones, man. What Vince McMahon, you want to quote to the people Vince McMahon said about Canadian women and Shelton Benjamin?
See, I didn't see that, but again, it's the same era. We'll have to do a sequel to the Muhammad Hassan's theme. We just might have to run that back with different guests. It's like I said, Millie Beam and anyone else there, get at us. But yeah, he said, "Well, Sheldon, you're an African American." And he said, "Wait, what?"
But the way he said it, African American, you know, it took everything in him to say that.
And everyone knows that African Americans have a preference for blonde Canadian women with broken noses.
About right.
And then Joe Mendes, like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here.
He split like I'm split. I'm going to Japan.
Well, and then again, because this was a play on the T.O. Nicolette Sheridan, Desperate Housewives at a Monday Night Football promotion. So Vince McMahon, like the asshole he is, has to go, "Are you ready for some wrestling?" I think he says. Like,
yo, I want to know who the fuck his supplier was in 05 and 06. Vince McMahon. Because he was giving him that good dog. He had to, you know what it was? Jordan Belfort was on some podcast talking about Quaaludes, and this motherfucker I gotta see that clip. When he started talking about Quaaludes, it's like fucking Tom Brady talking about a play. His fucking the Quaaludes, when we had them and shit like that. That's how Vince probably was in 05 and 06 when he had the shit. He probably be thinking about that. He said, in 05, 06, fucking Little Joker gave me the best shit ever.
Well, he had that, and he had the steroids too, because that's when he was on the Muscle and Fitness cover in 06 with Shawn Michaels. Like, what man my age looks like this? Damn it!
Yo, look at his back. That's all I kept saying.
But yeah,
he had the Rhea Ripley back.
Eddie Guerrero again with the GTA San Andreas merch.
Yo, you talking about the one with the logo on the back that said Latino Heat?
He's about to. Well, it says he has like how Matt says the little pocket. He has that where it says license to cheat, and then on the back.
Oh yeah,
it's him in the cutscenes. Yeah,
I don't know if I could ever find that. That's the only thing I hate about resale, or you can't find like old WWE merch. Once that shit gone.
No, this is what's stupid where they'd never retro the good shit.
Yeah, it's like, dog, how many Stone Cold shirts can I buy, bro?
No, exactly. Stop making 18 fucking Triple H, Undertaker, and Stone Cold shirts when they're fucking done. Retro the shit that they wore back then. That's how you'll get people to, again, you want people to buy shit so you can have the fucking buy one, get 50% off. Give the good shit. People would buy that up in seconds.
Right, because it's like, dude, I can't buy another fucking, I got too many Roman Reigns
like the NES John Cena shirt.
And the thing is, I found it, but it's bootleg.
Same thing
on
if they
eBay.
if they were to resell like the John Cena jerseys, like the Chain Gang Soldier jerseys or anything like that, I'd fucking buy that shit up as soon as it became available. Shane McMahon's jerseys, fucking nah. But
Dog, like I legit want that NES shirt, but it's the bootleg. It's not the official WWE shop. I might just buy it. Fuck it. This ain't gonna be WWE. That's the only reason I'm like, I don't know if I should do it.
you'll just have to keep checking because that's what I did when I found it. And again, like Bink said, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, so stay subscribed. We drop weekly, normally Saturday to Sunday, so any new listeners who have joined us. But again, to all the loyal listeners, shouts to y'all. Again, this is first episode of the year. Got some big things planned. Again, more shit to talk about, more shit to do.
And motherfucker, y'all see how this episode went? Guess what? We doing this the rest of the year. Get your podcast game up.
Not you sounding like you're on a phone from prison.
It don't matter. Today, it sounds unprofessional.
It's the greatest moment of my life.
Me and Davis and NWA wrestling all around the country. I worked in the territory. 5-star matches, brother. Hour matches. Drinking with all the gals. Watching Kingsman. Watching Kurt Wonder. And then recording a podcast. You can never beat me. Nothing can ever beat me. Fuck it.
I mean, I couldn't say anything after that.